Hi, I'm Ornamental Butterfly, also known as Milin. This is my first Dinkum Island Peace River Oasis. Welcome to my homestead. I'm so glad you're here. Let me give you a tour. Just over here. This is the original dock I arrived on. I like having my own private dock here. A small river separates my home from the town, so my homestead is nice and private, just the way I like it. I remember setting up Fletch's tent here, and my tent was across from hers where the seating area is. Since Fletch moved into town, I've set up one of the guest houses for friends and family to stay in when they come to visit. I also moved my house beside the guest house so I could expand the storage/working space area. This whole area was much smaller, and there was a large pond to the east. Sometimes crocs would spawn in this pond. It was very dangerous in early game to walk around my property. One day, a croco killed me twice in a row, and that was enough of that. I went to work filling in that pond, shovel by shovel, bringing wheelbarrows full of dirt from the other side of the river. Then my daughter told me, "You can just dig down and get infinite dirt." That made the process much quicker. I continued to expand my land into the bay and out into the ocean. I stopped expanding to the east because there was a valuable pearl down there and I wanted to keep it. I have planted crops, but I'm not currently keeping up with that. There's cactuses, pineapples, and coconuts around to be handy. And I have a modest tree orchard here on my property. And down the road, just off the beach, I have a little tree forest, so I can cut them down for wood and seeds. I love these little fruit boxes and signs. They're so cute. As you can see, I have a lot of beehives and a couple of queen bees. I must have opened the hives by accident. At least I was able to save the queen. And here I have a lot of bee houses. That means lots of yummy honey. I recently added the fish pond here. I planted these wattle and bottle plants here so I didn't have to go forage for them. It saves me time and makes it easier to make my brews. This is my first Dinkum Island, and I played most of the time in vanilla mode. When I finally broke down to use the dev commands, it was for building. Then when the full release came out, I went back to vanilla mode so I could get the Steam achievements, which, by the way, I do currently have all of them as of right now. I do have a lot of storage boxes around to help keep me organized and prepared. Now these boxes have signs thanks to the sign table. Before that, I had to keep it all in my head and open a lot of boxes. I try to keep things close by and ready to use and store. So the food is close to the cooking table and the raw materials are close to the workbench, and near the repair bench are boxes that have tools that need to be repaired and tools that have already been repaired. The auto sorter comes in handy for dropping off items, especially when guests come to try and fill your boxes. I have another one over there to reach the bins with the building supplies. Next to the sign table, there's a box with paints and signs. I have a small workspace, but it suits my needs. The windmill and the solar panels help the machines work faster. Here are my animals. I only have a few because I have such small space for them, and I had to be humane not to overcrowd the area. Originally, each animal type had their own fenced-in spaces, but I was adding a few more animals and thought it was best to open it up so everyone could roam a little further, and they can all use the showers now. The silos are a great help and time saver, especially when you're busy and you have so many animals to feed each day. Here's a small area I made for the doggos. I love dogs. I was so excited about the rare doggos, and I really want the German Shepherd. It took forever to get a collar playing vanilla. So when I used the dev commands, I did get just one, just in case I found a rare doggo, which I still have not found, even in my current 11th year on this island. I did catch some regular doggos, so I enjoy watching them. They remind me of the labs we had as family pets. Let's go look inside the guest house. This is primarily used by my daughter when she comes to visit. Now that Forrest has moved in, they'll have to share the space. She suggested I kick Forrest out, but Forrest pays rent, and she only visits once in a while. I used the green set because it had a bunch of matching items, and there had to be bookshelves for my daughter. Out front, there are some storage boxes for when my husband and my daughter visit. They can use it for their stuff, or I can put stuff in here for them when they come. Here's my humble abode. I have a lot of storage in here too. I have a collection of wallpapers, flooring, and rugs over here. Clothes in these chests. Streamer t-shirts that I've found in this wardrobe. Outfits in these dressers. And I still may need some more storage. I've displayed trophies from the bug and fishing competitions, but you can't win them all. And sometimes, I've been too busy building to participate. Main stuff and random items from my inventory are stored at the end of my bed. And of course, at the front door is a chest for shoes. It's nice to see some of my favorite flower pots here too. It may not look so cute, but it's been functional. Let's go out back. The neighbor's yard is a nice quiet place to hang out, have a tea, and/or read a book. In my backyard, I have a large fire pit for parties and get-togethers and to watch the evening sky. I've enjoyed sharing my homestead with you. Thanks for coming along. I plan to show more tours of my original island here, Peace River Oasis, and I'm starting a new island, Starlight. There will also be a new island reveal coming January 2026. I invite you to join me on my Dinkum journey. Please subscribe if you haven't already and like this video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care.